Hello class, Dr. Mac here, coming at you from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where my parents and my sister live. I came down a week or so ago to help my family watch my nephews when my sister had to quarantine because she was exposed via a client because she's an essential worker. And so I came down to help with my nephew. She actually her results came back negative, so that's good. And I got to hang out with my nephew a little bit. And we also weathered a hurricane here. Not sure if you saw, but everything is good. My family lives about 150 yards from the beach, so it is always a little stressful when that happens. But all is well here, and I thought I might check in with this week's research and lessons. We look at compensation and benefits, and I wanted to share some of my experiences. Working in the nonprofit world before education, funds were always limited as far as compensation. You were based off of grants, or the sustainability of a nonprofit wasn't always promising, so they had limited funds. So some tried different creative ways to offer benefits, and that might be working from home one day a week, or I worked for a few nonprofits that paid you for a day to go volunteer in the neighborhood. I also worked for a for-profit organization in San Francisco, Silicon Valley, doing some consultant work called Nextdoor, and they are owned by LinkedIn and Twitter. That was the first consultant job I really did for a for-profit, and it was a lot different. Their money seemed expendable. They just gave me a credit card, and if you've ever worked for a nonprofit, you're like, do you need the receipt? Is there a limit? And they just pretty much let me do whatever I wanted, and they didn't need receipts, which is awkward in the nonprofit world. They had in their break room, their break room was like a full kitchen, like a nice kitchen, like industrial, beautiful kitchen. And if you stayed late till 6 p.m. every night, dinner was catered throughout the whole place. There were huge stand-up coolers with beer in them, wine, Red Bull, Starbucks coffee drinks, whatever you could imagine. And yeah, it was a lot different working for a for-profit than a non-profit, and there was a lot of benefits as far as trust and budget. And sometimes when I was so I did consultant work for them, but I was based in Ohio. So my boss that was my boss for the Nextdoor in Silicon Valley would often call me and say, hey, it looks pretty hot there. I think you should treat yourself to some beers today on the company. I don't think I've ever heard that from anyone else, especially at a workplace. So the culture is a lot different as far as benefits and compensation, but you can be creative with those benefits. And I just wanted to share some of my examples, things that I've experienced. I've also been creative with my benefits as well, allowing my employees to bring their dogs to work one day a week, to doing volunteer group days, to if they got into a financial hardship, I allowed the company to help them out, and then their paycheck would be docked a certain amount each week to pay the amount back. I also have done the sick day pool, where if somebody's really struggling but doesn't have sick days, or something happened in a family, co-workers can donate their days to a large pool, and then they can be pulled from for those who might need them. So that's just my example for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging out with me and being patient, and even though my video isn't on time. I hope that all is well with you all, and that you're working diligently on your white papers. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I know some of you have. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy this week, and reach out should you need any support. Take care.